It's Friday night, October 19th, 2019. 28-year-old David Ashby gets home from work, sits on the couch, texts a few friends who want to hang out. David sits back, crosses his legs, his arms, falls asleep. And that's the end of a life, well lived and well loved.
David didn't wake up. An undiagnosed arrhythmia cut his life short. David's mother, Laura Ashby, joins us today to tell us about an effort that will honor Dave while raising awareness of cardiac health. Laura, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
It was sudden and unexpected, right?
Right. He had a rapid heartbeat at times, but he also had panic attacks, and so we kind of wrote it off to that. Although while he was growing up, he complained about it at times. We took him into the doctor, we had him monitored, nothing. No results of any kind that would show that he had an issue. His current doctor was shocked to find out that he passed away. So yeah, it was a big surprise. But what I found out is that this is very common. 50% of cardiac deaths are from an arrhythmia. I didn't know that, and I know a lot of my friends didn't know that, and that 200 to 300,000 people die each year from suddenly like this.
Well, so we know this is a difficult story to share, so thank you for being willing to go through that difficulty. For those of us who didn't get to meet him, tell us what it was like.
Well, he was a lot of fun. He was very social. He had a ton of friends. We had 450 people at the funeral. It was just a nice outpouring of affection. He lived in several cities in Delaware, and everywhere he lived they called him the mayor because he just knew everyone. He'd be very upset that I said that because he would have liked me, you know, not to focus on that, but everyone did know him. And he was funny. He was an artist. He was a hard worker. He was getting up the next day to go to work on a Saturday. I was lucky enough to have him live with me for the last summer of his life because he was renting his place. He was a homeowner in Dewey Beach. Very proud of that, and renovating his home.
Wow. He
was a great guy, just a lot of fun. Could, you know, make you laugh till you cried and that type of thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
well, as we mentioned at the beginning, you want to raise awareness to cardiac health, and that is the purpose of Dave's Dewey Dash?
That's right. So we, you know, I would like to have a love fest for Dave, but we wanted to make it much bigger than that. And this is our first year, but we really would like people to know about the risks of sudden death, and if you are diagnosed early, there's treatments, and this can be avoided. So if we can save some lives, that's our goal.
Yeah. So this event is to fund the Dewey Beach Beautification Project, which was something he was passionate about.
Well, he loved the town of Dewey Beach. It was a great place for a young bachelor to live. And so, yeah, there's going to be a potential memorial to Dave too. But this year we really wanted to give back to the town for being so cooperative with this race and everything, and hopefully a park bench or pavers or something to remember Dave.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so give us the details on Dave's Dewey Dash.
So it's Saturday, October 2nd at 9 a.m., so 8 o'clock registration. It starts and ends at the Rusty Rudder. The Rusty Rudder's been great, and they're going to contribute the food for the after party, and NKS Distributors is going to contribute beer and spiked seltzers for it afterwards, so that's nice. What else? We're going to have T-shirts. We're going to have, you know, some giveaways and things, and a lot of different award categories.
And it's a 5K?
It's a 5K walk run.
Run. So you don't have to be a runner to participate.
No, and you don't have to actually be there either. You can participate virtually, and you know, obviously be a donor or a sponsor. Yeah. So we've been really successful with with everything so far. We're just hoping for a big turnout.
Yeah. So again, thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing the story with us.
Thank you so
Let-
much for having me.
Before we let you go, may I ask a question that only a mother could truly answer? Is there anything in particular that comes to mind that you miss about him the most?
I miss our long talks. He'd like to analyze everything, people, why they do what they do. That's what I miss the most.
Yeah.
And him making me laugh.
Laura Ashby of Ocean View, thank you so much, and good
Thank
luck
you.
with the
Yeah,
event.
good luck.
Thanks.